If you just started your own business, one of the first things you want to do is get a merchant account. Today, I'm explaining the merchant account application process and giving some helpful tips to make the process a little bit easier for you. So let's get started. Getting a merchant account can be broken down into 5 simple steps. First things first, make sure you have your business details in order. This means determining your business structure, obtaining an EIN or tax ID, opening a business bank account, and securing any necessary business licenses. On top of having those business details in place, you'll need to provide a valid photo ID, business bank statements, any available processing statements, and a voided check or signed bank letter with your DBA or legal business name. If you don't have a voided check or bank letter on hand, you can get one from your bank. These requirements are used to verify your identity and the legitimacy of your business. I know, it seems like a lot of paperwork, but it's the best way to keep everyone safe from fraud. Next, you can submit an online application, along with the relevant documents through a merchant service provider. You can easily find a provider by searching online or asking fellow business owners for recommendations. After you submit the application, you'll move on to the underwriting process. The financial institution supporting your merchant account uses the underwriting process to assess risk, mainly because they need to make sure they're not taking on too much liability when processing your business's transactions. During the underwriting process, you may be asked for stipulations. Stipulations are essentially guidelines set forth by the payment processor to complete the merchant account agreement. Some examples of stipulations include signing a high-risk registration form, updating your website to include ingredients on product labels, or adding a return policy to your website. At this stage, you'll receive approval terms, which will outline processing parameters. These parameters will specify details like your monthly processing volume and maximum transaction limits, as well as other terms and conditions. Review the processing fees carefully. If you're not sure how processing fee structures work, take a look at our merchant account fees video here. Once this is all set and your merchant agreement is signed, you're ready to activate your merchant account. At this point, you'll be paired with a client support representative to make sure you receive the payment equipment. This could be a card reader if you have a physical storefront, or a payment gateway if you have an e-commerce shop. They'll walk you through how to use your equipment and how to connect it to your overall payment system. Finally, you can start accepting payments. Make sure to monitor trends, study customer behavior, and analyze relevant data to improve your payment process. And most importantly, remember to prioritize security by implementing encryption software and ensuring the safe storage of card data. If you're in the market to open a merchant account, I got some tips I want to share with you. For one, many merchants go straight to payment aggregators like Square, Stripe, or PayPal to accept payments for their business, which is fine because they're easy to use and quick to set up. However, payment aggregators don't provide an actual merchant account. Instead, they aggregate all user accounts under one merchant account with an acquiring bank. An aggregator can hold a merchant's funds at any time if they deem your transaction volume is too high or risky. Lots of merchants may see this as a problem because it gives them less control over how much they can process. And if you're a merchant working in the high-risk sector, it's highly unlikely you'll be able to keep an account open with them. This is because payment aggregators don't have the capability to handle high-risk industries. That, and because processing payments for high-risk businesses comes with a lot of liability. Thankfully, there are specialized providers that work in high-risk sectors. Alright, tip 2. It's important to keep in mind the different requirements for low, mid-level, and high-risk businesses. A low-risk business is a safe bet. Much like that pizza shop around the corner you can always count on that's taking face-to-face transactions. They've been processing transactions smoothly for years, rarely dealing with chargebacks, and they're in a pretty non-controversial industry. A mid-level risky business is slightly riskier and may see occasional chargebacks, experience a likelihood of fraud, or operate in a moderately risky industry. Think of an e-commerce sporting goods shop. High-risk businesses have a higher probability of fraud, chargebacks, or legal issues. They likely operate in high-risk industries like travel or telehealth. If your business is seen as less risky to financial institutions, the merchant account process is going to be a breeze. But for those seen as high risk, it's a bit more complicated. Complicated in that you'll have to provide more documentation, or the underwriting process may take a tad bit longer. Financial institutions want to make sure that they can handle the liability that comes with your high-risk account. They can customize the right amount of safeguards to put on your account so you're not seeing any unnecessary holds or terminations. Tip number 3, be sure to consider the additional features you may want. If you're a travel business that sees a lot of chargebacks, wouldn't hurt to add on chargeback protection. Or, if you're an e-commerce business that is susceptible to fraud, paying a little more for security features would be beneficial. You might even have an established business that may require integration features to easily connect your merchant account. Whatever add-ons you may choose, understand that they may come at an extra cost. And lastly, tip number 4, your business must be PCI compliant. Emphasis on the must. Must, must, must. Usually, after you're approved for a merchant account, your payment processor will provide you with a questionnaire to complete to make sure that you're making responsible PCI compliant decisions. There are 12 guidelines for you to follow to be PCI compliant. Failure to do so could lead to some pretty hefty fines or worse, merchant account termination. Being PCI compliant is fairly simple. Just follow the 12 guidelines listed in our blog linked below, and you should be good to go. While the application process may seem difficult, there is a way to make it easier. You can partner with a merchant service provider that specializes in your specific industry. You can count on their industry experience to get you through the application process smoothly. As for finding a merchant service provider to partner with, I know a guy. Payment Cloud specializes in industries that range from low risk to high risk. We've covered almost every industry type and can get you properly set up as fast as the next day. If you're interested in filling out an application, apply at the link in our bio below. As always, be sure to like, comment, and share, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a video. Until next time, happy processing. Straight to payment aggregators receive your payment equipment. I'm gonna nail it right now. As for finding merchant account, and if you're a merchant working in the high risk sector, take a look at our merchant account fees video here. Okay.